Hi there. So I disappeared for a few months, actually more than a few months. And it wasn't planned, but once I decided to do it, I made it intentional. I definitely didn't see it coming. And this wasn't a gentle hit pause. I just knew that I couldn't keep going the way I was. If you've ever been going at full speed, maybe working towards a goal or hit a milestone, and then just feel like something's off, then you'll understand. Right after hitting 1,000 subscribers last November, and thank you to all of you, I just stopped. I hit a wall. Like I said, I didn't plan it and I didn't see it coming. When I starting a YouTube channel in April 2024, I was 62 years old and it was scary, but I was also really excited. There was a lot to learn, and I love to learn new things and try new things and challenge myself. I had a plan to get to 1,000 subscribers and hopefully to get monetized. And I did that. Well, I hit 1,000 subscribers in November, so 8 months after I started. I had a goal and I had direction and I stuck with it. It gave me structure and motivation. The problem is I let the goal take over. I told myself that it was temporary, that I was putting in the work now for the future, except I didn't really have a what's next plan. I thought it would just unfold like I'd seen it happen for other creators. And I found that I was working all the time, not just YouTube. I have an e-commerce business and I have a side project, an online business that I'm growing as well. Somewhere along the line, I started to feel disconnected. I was less productive, my nutrition slipped, and I started to gain weight. I felt like I was always on. I realized that I had been doing so much, but not always with purpose. I got overwhelmed and I was losing interest in simple things. So even just going for a walk took a huge effort. I had brain fog, which I realized after I noticed how many times I would revise things. I was overthinking and overanalyzing every detail. So I stopped, not permanently, but with intention. I gave myself space to ask, what really matters to me now? And what does wellness and healthy aging look like to me at this stage of life? So why didn't I just make some simple changes, add some healthy habits, and keep going? Many could have, many have, and I have in the past. But here's the thing, I was so focused on YouTube and business goals that a small change or pivot wouldn't have done it this time. I had to stop. I had to admit to myself that something was off. First, I did a social media edit and I unsubscribed from a bunch of emails. I left groups that I was no longer really following. I canceled some memberships. And this wasn't a fun, empowering, take my life back moment. To be honest, it was more of a, I'm tired, I can't do this anymore, I'll never get there kind of process. Some of it was painful. I was letting go of some of the things that I thought I was supposed to be. But that's not really what I want this video to be about. Rather, I want to talk about what I did do during this break. During this period, I didn't disappear from life. Rather, I looked inward and I made myself the project, and not me, the entrepreneur, just me. I didn't document it. I didn't do it to share it. I just lived it. I focused mainly on my health, mentally and physically. In February, I went back to the gym, which is something that I've told myself for years that I was going to work on building muscle and strength training. And it took a little while, but I really dialed in my nutrition. So I don't like to track, but I knew that I needed to. So I really knew that I was hitting the goals that I wanted to. So I concentrated on more protein, more healthy fats, and less carbs. I also, I tracked my fiber. I got curious about what made me feel good and what didn't. I'll share more about this another time, but I will tell you that it took over 2 months for that stubborn scale to even move. I knew I couldn't make weight loss my goal. And as I age, I see more and more the importance of bone density, building muscle, maintaining muscle as we age. I've also been experimenting with red light therapy at the gym as well. And then when the weather warmed up, I started walking home from the gym, and that's about 45 minutes. Then I added my weighted vest and actually started to swing too much to the other way, so that I was probably doing too much. So now when I walk home from the gym, I don't wear my weighted vest. I started doing things again just because I enjoyed them. Whether it was a paint by number or pulling out my crochet hook. But the important thing with some of these little things was that I let it be just for me. And that space gave me clarity. And when I thought about whether or not I want to come back to doing videos on YouTube, I realized that I don't want to do videos that pull me out of my life, or where I feel like I need to do things on top of my life in order to force content. Going forward, I really want to continue exploring what's possible over 60 and doing it in a casual way. So I'm curious the things that you're interested in. Red light therapy, what I'm doing at the gym, the supplements that I'm taking, my success or struggles with losing weight and building muscle. Are any of those things that you're interested in? I'm still interested in skincare for women over 50, over 60. I haven't done a video on it, but I have been using castor oil for over a year. There are some other things that I'm using. There's some benefits that I've seen besides castor oil, and I'd love to share that with you as well. But like I said, things that I'm doing and then be able to share that with you, not do things so that I can share it with you. And again, thinking about coming back to YouTube, I don't formally journal, but I do write things down. I have one book and I call it my everything book because I write everything in it. At the beginning of this week, I wrote down, I have to decide this week if I'm going to go back to doing YouTube videos. And I'm just going to read this here. I was reading Philippians 1:20. I'm not going to preach to you, but I wrote, for I fully expect and hope that I will never be ashamed. And that's Paul speaking. But I will continue to be bold for Christ as I've been in the past. And I trust that my life will bring honor to Christ whether I live or die. And I put in brackets, whether I do YouTube videos or not. So I guess the big picture is that whatever I do, I want to do it with purpose and integrity. So I guess I'm back, but I'm back with more purpose. And I'll be sharing what I'm learning and experiencing as a woman over 60 who is still growing and learning and trying new things. And if you've really been working on something or working towards a goal or hit a milestone, and when you reach that, you still felt off, you're not alone. It's okay to step back, to hit pause, or maybe to completely stop and start over. And maybe that's something I would suggest. If you're feeling stretched thin or stuck or you've lost your spark, then maybe you just need to give yourself permission to disappear for a little while. Not from life, but from the pressure of feeling like you have to share it publicly or trying to push through. Get a little selfish with your time. Focus on your health, your energy, and your joy without feeling like you need to explain it to anyone. You don't have to document the process to grow from it. Sometimes the most powerful shifts happen in quiet spaces. I'm really glad you're here. And if you found this video helpful, then I hope that you give it a thumbs up so that more people can find it, and subscribe to follow along. If we haven't met, I'm Patty from 60 is the New 60. And I like to say that I know the saying is 60 is the new 40. But as women in our 50s, 60s, and 70s, we aren't trying to be 40. We just want to be healthy, active, and happy at any age. I'm excited to walk this season with you, one day at a time, one choice at a time, and one video at a time. Have you ever had to hit pause or reset like I did? What did you do to get back to feeling like yourself? I'd love to hear your story, so please let me know in the comments. And watch this video next, where I'll go into more details about the last few months and redefining what's possible over 60, personally, in my business, and as we head into retirement. Thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.